me record. But it is just me that is being recorded. And when you are ready, finding your seat, scoot this back just a little bit. And I'm going to plop that strap, sweatshirt, scarf across my thighs. And you might, as you settle into your seat, grab that strap for some extra sensory feedback. If that isn't feeling enjoyable to you, if it's not drawing you into the moment, then leave the strap be. Place the palms of your hands on the tops of your thighs or your knees. Take a deep breath into the body. And when you're ready, you might soften your gaze or close your eyes. And simply notice your natural breath, just as it is, without trying to change it. Take note of how the body inhales and fills, exhales and relaxes, all on its own. Your body breathing all by itself. And as you sit here, noticing the breath, you might also notice where you feel it in your body. Maybe you feel your heart center expand as you inhale, maybe your belly, maybe both. There's no right way to breathe. We're just here to observe our way to breathe in this moment. On your next inhale, I invite you to send it down into the depths of the belly. Feel your belly expand as you inhale. Fill the belly all the way, fill the heart center, and then exhale, let it go nice and slow. Inhale, fill the belly again, all the way to the depths. Fill the heart center, and then exhale, let it go nice and slow. Take another deep breath, filling your body to the tippy top like a hot air balloon all the way up. As you exhale nice and slow, let your shoulders melt away from your ears. Inhaling to fill the body. Exhaling, letting it go, trickling from the lungs, nice and slow, shoulders melting away from the ears. And as you continue these big, beautiful breaths, knowing that you can move into your natural breath anytime it pleases you, you might also find some micro movement here. And what I mean by that is on your next inhale, as you fill the body up, you might imagine drawing your energy up from the base of your spine, from your pelvis, all the way up through the length of your spine, out the top of your head. So inhaling, drawing that energy up, growing long through the spine. And then again, as you exhale, letting the shoulders melt from the ears. So find that in your body when you're ready. Inhaling, drawing that energy up to spine. Exhale, shoulders melt away from the ears. Continuing those deep breaths with that micro movement, rising and relaxing. Do 3 more rounds of breath. At your own pace, finding those micro movements in the spine and the shoulders. Bringing ease to the face as you do, ease to the belly. And we relax the belly along with the shoulders on that next exhale. We're just here to breathe, to play with our breath and witness it. On your next exhale, let the face weight forward. So we're dropping the face down. We're relaxing through the back of the neck. Breathe and let the head hang heavy here. And you might continue those micro movements, drawing that energy up, growing long through the spine, even out through the top of the head in this curve. Exhale, let the shoulders melt away from the ears. So we're just letting the back of the neck release here. We're not pressing our forehead down so much as just letting it be weighted down towards the floor. Relaxing through the belly, finding those big, beautiful breaths as it suits you. And then on an inhale, turn your gaze up. We're going to press our chin towards the ceiling until we feel the front of our neck grow tight. So the platysma muscles that run along the front of our neck are being stretched here. So it's not so much that I'm letting the back of my head fall back as I am inhaling, growing long through my spine, pressing my chin towards the ceiling. Exhaling, letting the shoulders relax away from the ears as I continue to press through my chin. 2 more rounds of breath here, knowing that what we're doing is also some face yoga. Bringing ease to the face, lifting the skin around the jaw, releasing tech neck. On an exhale, let the face lower to a neutral position. Beautiful. From here, we're going to warm up, articulate our cervical spine, our neck here to the left and right. So on an inhale, rise up tall through the spine. On an exhale, we're going to turn our gaze towards the left. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale towards the right. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, opposite direction. So we're moving with our breath. The torso remains in stillness, and we're just exploring our range of motion of our neck, letting it be gentle. We're not exploring pain. If you find that there's a sticky spot when you turn your head and you want to hold your gaze for a moment or hold this cervical twist in the spine, do that. Or continue to move with the breath. This is your body and your practice, and nobody knows your body like you do. Not even the greatest expert in the world can tell you what is going to feel good for your body and what doesn't. You get to decide. On an inhale, let the face remain in this neutral forward posture. Beautiful. From here, we're going to imagine that there is a pencil sticking out the top of our head, graphite side up. And keeping the torso still again, moving just with the neck, I'm going to make little circles on the ceiling, the size of a tea saucer or a baseball. And it might be nice to soften your gaze or close your eyes while you do this and just feel the head floating on the shoulders, making these gentle little circles. Now you might let those circles grow to the size of a dinner plate or a basketball. Exploring sensation, knowing the larger these circles grow, the more weighty our head becomes, the more effort this requires from us. You might feel the weight of the head shift as you make these dinner plate-ish size circles. Don't stress too much about the size. And as you continue to make these circles, let the next one be a little larger. And the next one a little larger. And larger and larger, finding the largest circle you can draw without discomfort. And maybe you are allowing the full weight of your head to settle into this rotation. Wherever you are, enjoy that sensation. Notice the gentle rotation of tension around the neck. Notice as it travels, as you move your head. When you're ready, slow those circles to a stop and switch directions. Let them be big, let them be wide. Bringing ease to the jaw and the cheeks here. Relaxing the belly. We tend to engage through the belly out of habit. See if you can let some of that go. And as you continue to draw these circles, you might let the next one be a little smaller than the last. And the next one a little smaller than that. And smaller and smaller and smaller until your head is stacked over your shoulders in stillness. Take a moment here to note how you feel, any sensations in the body. Maybe you feel floaty or tingly. Maybe you're still feeling a little tense and achy. Maybe you've noticed you've held tension in the belly or the heart center during this practice, and you want to send your breath there. You might do so now, feeling the belly, the heart center expand. As you exhale, let the body melt. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Having warmed up our neck and our shoulders really nicely, or at least our neck, we'll warm up the shoulders before we move down the spine into the hips. So this is where we're going to grab our strap, our scarf, our robe towel, our whatever t-shirt, whatever we can hold taut. And laying it across my lap, I'm going to grab it about knees distance apart. And this isn't an exact science, and you might find something works a little differently for you. So choose you here. We'll keep it simple. On an inhale, we'll raise the arms up, pressing through the tops of our fingers, right? We're growing long through our arms, long through the top of the head. And then as you exhale, bring that strap right back down. And we're holding the tautness. We're holding it tight. Opposite directions as we do, inhaling, sending the arms up, allowing them to draw only as far back as feels nice with the strap this distance apart. 3 more times, inhale, draw it up, growing long in the spine, pressing to the tops of the fingers, exhale, lower. Moving at the pace of your own breath. On your exhale, let the hands settle into stillness. We're going to take the strap. We're going to widen our hands about 6 inches either side of our knee. So taking this even wider. On your next inhale, we'll send our arms up, and then as far back as we press our heart forward, as our shoulders will allow with comfort. So our range of motion is going to vary a lot here because our shoulders are some very precious joints. So listen to your shoulders. If it's sending you all the way back, pressing your heart forward, awesome. And if you are pressing your fingertips up towards the ceiling as you invite your heart center forward, beautiful. Be where you are. Your yoga practice isn't in making a shape as guided by your teacher. Your yoga practice is settling your awareness into your body and becoming acutely and deeply involved in what you feel and what you sense as you move and as you settle into stillness. This is our practice today. On an exhale, lower those hands back down. Ooh, let's shake the hands out. Shake them out. Give them some good love. Let's do some shoulder circles. So on an inhale, we'll round our shoulders forward and up towards the ears. Exhale, let them sink down towards the earth. Inhale, rounding up. Exhale, rounding back and down. One more time. Let's switch directions. Inhale, rounding back and up now. Exhale, forward and down. Two more times. Exhale, let the shoulders melt, settle into your seat. From here, we can set the strap aside for a little while. We'll come back to it towards the end of our practice. We're about halfway through. So from here, we're going to engage our vagal brake. And our vagal brake is one of our vagus nerves, and it starts at the base of our skull. It runs down the side of the carotid artery, past the vocal cords, and it branches out around the heart. Our vagal brake is responsible for the pace of our heartbeat. And when the vagal brake is stimulated, when it's stretched or engaged, our heartbeat slows. So to really experience that today, we'll take our right or left hand, and you might sit on it just to create a little anchor. If it doesn't feel good to sit on, you might grab the base of your chair or an arm nearby, or you might simply just grab your outer thigh. So we're creating an anchor with one arm. On the opposite side of your body, let your ear fall towards your shoulder. Let that shoulder melt down towards the earth. So you should feel the side of the neck grow long. You should feel some tension here. And you might soften your gaze or close your eyes while you do this and just notice this lengthened side of your neck. Notice how it feels to bring ease to the muscles here. Can you imagine relaxing and releasing these stretched muscles along the side of your neck? You might even imagine sending your breath there, feeling it expand as you exhale, release, and relax. And it might seem silly to send your breath to muscles in your throat. But even if we're imagining that sensation, the practice of imagining is powerful and can bring another layer to our practice. So from here, if we want to stimulate this vagal brake a little more, you might blink your eyes open, keep your face and your neck where they are, and you might turn your gaze towards the ceiling. And our goal here is to find a fixed point on the ceiling that is far enough up that it engages the outside muscles of our eyes, right here. And what this does is it further stimulates the opposite end of the vagal brake. Blinking as often as you like, gazing on that fixed point, releasing any tension you might be holding in the tongue or the jaw. And then you might, again, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Let your head float up to a neutral position. Release that hand. And simply feel a sensation in the body. Become a witness, a neutral witness. So without judgment, we simply experience. There is no good or bad in our practice here. There only is information, things to learn. When you're ready, opposite hand, bracing, finding that seat or a grip on the thigh, melting the opposite ear towards the shoulder, letting that shoulder melt away from the ear. And again, focusing on those lengthened and stretching muscles on the side of the neck here. And this might be where you want to hang out with gaze softened or eyes closed. You might already know you want to find that fixed point on the ceiling. So wherever you are, whatever you've chosen, check in with the belly. Notice if you're holding any tension there as you breathe, and see if you can't release it before letting your awareness travel back into the lengthened side of that neck, back into those muscles. Noticing, just like with the belly, can you release? Can you relax? Can you let go of anything here? Wherever you are, take a few more breaths. Notice where you can bring ease, what parts of you can float. When you're ready, softening the gaze or closing the eyes, letting the head slowly rise to neutral, feeling sensation in the body. Beautiful. Let's find a twist in our torso. From here, on an inhale, sweep the arms out and up, pressing through, out through the fingertips, right? We're growing long in the body. As you exhale, palms come together towards the heart center. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, pressing out through the fingertips, out, 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 and up. Exhale, palms together in Anjali Mudra towards the heart center. Once more. This time, as we inhale, let's sweep our arms out and up. As we exhale, bring your left palm to the outside of your right thigh or knee. Bring your left palm to the chair behind you. So if you have a brace behind you, beautiful. If you don't, you might simply bring your palm to your low back to assist in this twist. So we're gazing behind us over that right shoulder. And we're focusing this twist on our rib cage. So the left side of our rib cage here, the one that's pointed towards the camera or towards your screen, we're really focusing on turning that rib cage in the same direction as your gaze. And the hand that you have on your thigh or your knee can be used as an anchor to sort of assist us a little more deeply into this twist. And as you remain here, your spine, finding all of this juicy articulation, you might again find those micro movements. So on an inhale, draw tall, that energy up through the top of the head. As you exhale, let the shoulders melt away from the ears, let the belly melt. You might notice how this micro movement feels in this twist. Inhaling, filling the belly deeply. Exhaling, melting the shoulders, melting the belly. Release from this posture, come back to neutral. Ooh, you might give yourself a little shoulder circles or some torso articulation. In somatics, when we stretch and we move like this, it's called pandiculation, and it is so healthy for our nervous system. Our nervous system cannot get enough of it. So anytime we move in a deep posture and you get done and you want to like, ooh, do it. When you're ready again, inhaling, sending those arms up and out, pressing, exhale, right hand to the outside of that thigh or knee, bracing the left hand behind you or on your low back, coming into this twist. And you decide how you want to experience it. Do you want to try those micro movements? Or would you like to settle into this twist in stillness? There is no wrong answer. Take a moment to check in with your body, your desires. And then you might do your best to honor them. We'll take 3 or so more rounds of breath here, knowing that you have permission, you are allowed, you are empowered to bring ease to any posture anytime you like, by releasing, by adjusting. We'll come back to neutral. Beautiful, beautiful. And then from here, I want to get into the hips just a little more, some external hip rotation. So we'll do some seated figure 4, and there are multiple ways to do this. If you're pretty flexible in the hips, You might not need a strap or an assist, but if you have any tightness in the low back or the low hips, you might grab that strap or that scarf again. We're going to externally rotate, starting with our right leg. And what I do is I drop my strap low. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to step my foot into it, and I'm going to pick it up. And I might leave it here, right? If this feels good, my hip is externally rotated here. Or I might cross it over the top of my opposite thigh. So wherever you want to be in this posture, you choose. Is it here? Is it here? If you're sitting on a couch or a bed, turn your body. Support your leg on that couch or that bed instead of that strap. So there are a lot of ways to experience this. Drawing your awareness now into this externally rotated hip. Notice, can we bring any ease? You might bounce that upper thigh just a little bit. Can we bring ease to this externally rotated hip? And then from here, those micro movements yet again, inhaling, growing long, exhaling, releasing the shoulders from the ears. On your next exhale, you might allow the heart center to fold forward towards that calf, towards the leg, keeping the neck neutral here with the spine. So it's just the heart center that's sinking forward, and only as far as feels good in your physical body. This is a pretty intense hip stretch. You might continue, again, those micro movements, growing long with each inhale, exhale. You might melt that heart center forward. Or you might have found a sweet spot in stillness to just experience this sensation. And because the sensation can be so intense, we want to ensure that whatever we're experiencing is a sensation that we feel welcomed to sit with. So enough that it draws our awareness, draws our attention, maybe our curiosity, but not so much that we're gritting, clenching, or trying to distract ourselves to get away from what we're feeling here. On an inhale, if you folded, go ahead and rise up, release that leg. Let's give it a shake. Ooh, it's done so good for us. And then when you are ready, switching sides, either grabbing that strap, crossing your leg up over the top, let it be messy. You might even try something different on this side. There are no rules. I'm gonna again just shake. I like to, when I cross my leg, brace it over top with my hand. So shaking that thigh, letting it jiggle. Just one moment. Not right now, please. Nope. All right. I apologize. Letting my knee shake, letting my thigh open. It is spring break, and with that comes adventures for us all. And then when you are ready, that micro movement again in the spine, inhaling to grow long, exhaling to fold as little or as much as you're enjoying exploring with your mind. And I'm going to choose stillness for myself in this moment. My hip is offering enough feedback to just sit with that. But you might continue those micro movements. 4 or 5 more rounds of breath. When you're ready, rising up nice and slow, releasing that ankle, shake the leg out. Wonderful, wonderful. We'll take a moment in a seated Shavasana, not for very long as we don't have a lot of time left today, but I would encourage you to take Shavasana as often as you can find time for in your life. Shavasana is corpse pose. It's where we end our practice. Everything that we have done for the last 30 minutes has led up to this moment. All of our movement, all of our breathing, all of our awareness has brought us to this place of physical stillness. So you might scoot all the way back on your chair, rest your back against it. An option to leave your hands on top of your thighs. If you want to bring even more effortlessness, you might just let them hang to either side. Letting the head find a gentle, balanced point. And then softening your gaze or closing your eyes. We'll take a moment to let our awareness trickle down into our toes. Can you feel the toes of your feet? Can you notice maybe what temperature they feel, what textures they're feeling? You might give them a little wiggle. And then let them find stillness. You might notice the pads of your feet and what it feels like to have them gently weighted down into the earth. As your awareness travels up into your calves, invite the calves of your legs to release effort. Your knees and upper thighs to release effort. If the knees fall apart as you do this, let them. Releasing effort in the hips, the glutes, and the belly. We let it melt, we let it sink. We're not here to look beautiful, although we do. We're just here to be, to melt, and to give way in the heart center. On your next inhale, you might feel your heart center expand. And as you exhale, let it melt along with the shoulders, releasing the jaw of any effort, letting the tongue float freely in your mouth, bringing ease to the cheeks and lips. You might unfurrow the brow, relax the forehead, even the scalp. Can you imagine what it would be like to relax every hair on your scalp? And for just a few moments, we'll settle into stillness, leaving our awareness occupied by the sensations of our breath. Noticing as thoughts arrive, knowing it's our mind just trying to be helpful. And then on your next exhale, sending them away before coming back to the sensation of your inhale and your exhale in the body. When you're ready, finding again a little wiggle in the toes, a little wiggle in the fingers. Maybe we're doing some ankle circles and some wrist circles. And as we draw this movement more deeply into the body, I'm going to invite you to do some pandiculation, just like a yawning stretch type motion in any way that the body might be asking for it in this moment. We're stretching, we're making it up as we go. We're just feeling, awakening, and moving in any way that gently and lovingly awakens our beautiful bodies. When you're ready, an option to end your practice by bringing the palms together at the heart center in Anjali Mudra. As you inhale, you might feel your heart rise to meet your thumbs. As you exhale, an option to take a gentle bow in the head. It's up to you. As our practice comes to a close, we take a moment to soak in any tidbits we want to bring with us as we roll up our mat or put our chair away. Maybe it's a sensation. Maybe we've developed a deeper connection with our breath in this short practice. Whatever it is, let it permeate every cell in your body. Let it settle into you and make a home so that it's more easily accessible each time you need it. And then once you've let that soak in, the last thing we do before ending practice is thank yourself for showing up, for doing the hard thing, for choosing yourself, even if maybe you didn't feel like it, even if it was scary. Thank you for practicing with me today. The light and the dark in me, the imperfections of who I am, because that is all of me and it's beautiful. Seize the light and the dark in you and the beautifulness of who you are. Thank you for practicing with me.